Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a wrestling review. What? It's 11:45 at night, and there was no WWE pay-per-view event. That's next Saturday. What the hell are you doing, Bruce? Well, let me put it to you this way, guys. Tonight, we actually had a New Japan wrestling event called Fighting Spirit that took place in the Pyramid in Long Beach, California. This show, I'm not going to go through every single matchup. There's 5 big matches, mostly towards the second half of the show, that really stood out to me that I'm going to review. The rest of it was okay. Excuse me, guys. I just got a cold just recently on Friday, and I'm starting to get over it. So if I sound a little fucked up, that's the reason why. But anyway, truth of the matter is, this show, the last 5 matches I'm going to review, was pay-per-view quality 100%. Everything on this was picture perfect. At least for the 5 matches I'm going to review. The rest of it, before that, there was 9 matches, 4 of them, you could take it or leave it with this show. Truth of the matter is, this event should have been at least maybe 3 hours tops. This was a little bit close to 4 hours. So, I think the show could have been doable with 5 to 6 matches. That's really all it needed. It had 9 matches total. We had an announcement at the end of the show that we're going to see on October 8th Cody Rhodes, Kota Ibushi, and Kenny Omega in a second ever triple threat match for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. This is a big situation. They could change something here. They could make Cody Rhodes win the title, which he actually won tonight against Juice Robinson, which was a very decent one-on-one title match. Juice Robinson did not look pathetic. Cody Rhodes got a very fortunate victory. It looked like it could have swayed either way between those two guys. But I'll get into that with you guys in just a few moments. But the event that's happening on October 8th for the IWGP Heavyweight title is a triple threat match. This is the second time ever they're doing this. So this is going to be a very interesting matchup with two North American wrestlers, because Kenny Omega's from Canada, and a Japanese wrestler. This should be very intriguing. I really wonder how they're going to put this together, because for me, it's my first time ever seeing a triple threat match in New Japan Wrestling. So I wonder if it's going to be as good or even better than anything that WWE's put on for triple threat matches, which I've seen in the past have been pretty good. So this might be something beneficial to all of us. So let's get into the 5 matches I'm going to review. The first match of the show, which was about, I think, the 6th match or something like that. No, it was the 5th match, yeah. We had a tag team matchup. It was Jay White with Jito, the former manager to Okada, who turned on him with Jay White. Jay White's now his new protege, somebody he's mentoring, and somebody he wants to see win the IWGP briefcase opportunity for the shot at the Tokyo Dome on January 4th of 2019 against the IWGP Heavyweight Champion. And then on the other side we had Tanahashi and Kushida. This match was back and forth, but at the end there was a screwjob finish. We got to see Tanahashi get hit in the face with brass knucks. Gee, I wonder where we've seen that recently. Miz and Daniel Bryan. What the hell? And then he hit the Blade Runner, which is similar to the Bray Wyatt finisher, the Sister Abigail finisher. and he gets the 1-2-3. After the match was over, Jay White kind of, I guess, was insinuating a challenge um, to Tanahashi for his briefcase number one contendership opportunity at the Tokyo Dome for Wrestle Kingdom. This is very interesting. I wonder if they're going to go about doing this. And secondly, I wonder if they are actually going to give the briefcase to Jay White. They could go either way with this. They could just have this matchup happen. Tanahashi retains the briefcase like he did with Okada. Or they could have Jay White win, and they would benefit from that as well. Explanation of why I say that is Tanahashi and Kenny Omega, in my mind, I don't think has ever faced each other, at least to my knowledge, but I haven't followed New Japan Wrestling but for a year now, or about a year or two, and I gotta say, Tanahashi and Kenny Omega would not be a bad idea for a matchup for the IWGP Heavyweight title. Though I kind of wish they would have went with Kota Ibushi instead, because there's a friendship going on there. They've had a tag team history. They've been colleagues, workers together, friends. They know each other personally. So I think that would have been a great main event matchup. Friend versus friend for a world championship. Maybe throw something in there along the way. Maybe make one of them a heel, probably Kota Ibushi. See how he can play as a villain instead of a good guy. Don't get me wrong, Kota Ibushi plays a good guy character very well. So I enjoy him as the good guy character, but I would like to see if they experiment with him becoming a heel at some point. I think that would be kind of a cool idea. I don't think he's ever played a heel before. So I think that would be kind of interesting for them to do. But Jay White versus Kenny Omega is an intriguing match. And here's the reason why. One, it would be two foreign wrestlers, one a British wrestler, and one's a Canadian wrestler, competing in the main event of a New Japan Wrestling promotional company. That has never happened in New Japan Wrestling history. So for that to happen, that would be pretty fucking impressive. Two, these two guys competed against each other for the IWGP US Championship once before. On January 28th, I believe, of this year. And Jay White got a victory over him. Why not the better way of evening the score by having Kenny Omega retain the championship against Jay White? Give Jay White an opportunity, a main event shot, see how he does. If he does good, later on that same year, give him the opportunity again and have him win the title. But either way they go with this, Tanahashi or Jay White, if they decide to continue on with this storyline and make Jay White and Tanahashi compete for the briefcase, which I think they're probably going to, I think they'll benefit either way. And I think you'll get a good match out of both of these guys in a one-on-one matchup. So that's something I'm definitely interested in seeing happen. And I will definitely check that out if they schedule that match to happen. The next match after that, which they had a 15-minute break for the show, give people an opportunity to go use the bathrooms, get some food, whatever. Excuse me, I'm about to sneeze. Oh, shit. Okay. So, the next match after that was a semifinals IWGP IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship match to find out who will face Kushida for the that vacated championship for the Cruiserweight division because the former champion got injured and could not continue as the defending champion. So we had Will Ospreay and Marty Scurll one-on-one. This matchup was fucking unbelievable. unbelievable. Match went back and forth. Will Ospreay almost got a victory over Scroll in such quick fashion. I think it would have been the quickest match in New Japan Wrestling history. They did all kinds of flips, all kinds of shit that you normally see from Will Ospreay. Marty Scurll was struggling in the beginning of the match, just trying to keep up with Will Ospreay, and finally Marty Scurll started getting control of this match. A couple of kicks to the head, a couple of maneuvers outside the ring as well, and the truth of the matter is, the one spot in this matchup that stood out to me the most was Will Ospreay tried to do some kind of flip on Marty Scurll, and Marty Scurll caught him in midair and put him in a one-arm chicken wing. Like the, well, it don't matter. But he puts him in a one-arm chicken wing, and he almost makes him submit. Eventually, he hits one of his other kind of finishers to Will Ospreay in a combination of moves, and finally picks up the victory, and walks away as the going on to the finals for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. This matchup with Kushida and with Marty Scurll is going to be interesting. I think this is going to be the defining moment of Marty Scurll winning the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title, which eventually is going to lead to Marty Scurll's storyline build towards the heavyweight division. I think that's what they need to go with here. He wins the Junior Heavyweight title, and they move him up further into the heavyweight division at some point, where he starts voicing his opinion. You know, at All In, they did a small segment with him saying, "Oh, you can't make it to the big time. You can't make it as a heavyweight, blah, blah, blah. You're just a joked-out cruiserweight," and yada, yada, yada. Well, they could go right along with this idea, and they could just go ahead and have him be the Junior Heavyweight Champion, eventually leading to him leaving the Junior Heavyweight division to want to move on to the Heavyweight division altogether. I think they could go along with the lines of having him being a defending champion for, I'd say, 4 or 5 months. Maybe by the time they go to the Tokyo Dome, he wins the title, or retains the title, retains the title in a matchup he has, and then drops the title and says, "Look, I'm done with the Junior Heavyweight division. It's time for me to move on to something else. I deserve better than the Junior Heavyweight titles. But, I mean, I have nothing against the Cruiserweights, but I think it's time for me to move on to a heavyweight division. I think it's time for me to move alongside, go to a higher ranked level of competition, and give it to some other guys that deserve to be the Junior Heavyweight Champion." I think that's a great way they could cut him off from being the Junior Heavyweight Champion. Makes him look strong, and on top of it, no one takes the title from him at the end of the day. He just drops the title on his own. I think that would be an awesome idea for them to end his title reign as a Junior Heavyweight. This match is definitely the match of the night, to be quite frank with you guys. It was pretty impressive. The match after that was the Young Bucks versus the Guerrillas of Destiny, Toya and Tangalua. These guys, they actually went full-on blast with each other. I was cheering for the Young Bucks from the beginning of this match to the end, and I gotta give it to the Guerrilla of Destiny. They were fucking awesome in this matchup. They did a storyline injury, I think, or possibly Matt Jackson might have sustained an actual back injury that he's been dealing with for real earlier this year. That's the only thing I can think of. I hope that's not the case. I hope that this is all just storyline injuries that they are playing out to make it dramatical for the Young Bucks when they have a championship matchup or any kind of matches really to bring suspense to it. I hope he's not actually doing this while a messed up back. That just is bullshit. But if that is even the case, which, by the way, the Gorillas of Destiny walked away as the new tag team champions, unfortunately. That kind of pissed me off, but great match nonetheless. Good tag team action all around by both teams. I really enjoyed every minute of this match. It kept me very intrigued from beginning to end. But an idea that I think that New Japan could go with is to take the titles off of the Gorillas of Destiny. I think in November they could possibly do something like this. Maybe they should give a title shot to Kota Ibushi and Kenny Omega for the tag team titles and have them win it. Then at that point, I mean, they're not going to be a long title reign. They're not going to have a long title reign. It's going to be kind of a short title reign for them. But it gives them an opportunity to give people that haven't seen them as tag team champions before an opportunity to see that happen. I think that would be cool. And then maybe make them lose it in December before the Tokyo Dome event. Who they lose it to, they probably could just lose the titles right back to the Gorillas of Destiny. I think that'd probably be the best bet. And then have the Gorillas of Destiny go against the Young Bucks again at the Tokyo Dome. That's when I think that should happen. Now, do I think the Young Bucks should beat the Gorillas of Destiny for the tag team titles at the Tokyo Dome? No. I think that needs to be extended out a little bit longer, maybe into the summer. Give the Gorillas of Destiny an opportunity to have somewhat of a title reign. See how they do with it. Let's see here. Moving on, though. Juice Robinson, Cody Rhodes. Very decent one-on-one matchup. Like I said, this match could have gone either way. Very clean finish. But Cody Rhodes, for some strange reason, is doing dirty tactics with his wife, Brandy. And he's also cheating. And he's part of a face faction called the Bullet Club Elite. Now, what's making me scratch my head is he's part of this group that's a face group, but yet he's playing heel, he's doing heel tactics. He is very self-centered, self-absorbed. Especially at the end of the show, he was self-absorbed. And, oh god, I'm getting sneezing. Oh, sorry guys. And he is just so into himself. He's so, and he'll do anything, I mean anything to win. Now, granted, he may have did some dirty tactics in the match, but not enough to determine the outcome of the match itself. I mean, it was just small things here and there. But at the end of the day, he still was trying to cheat to win. So that's my whole point. And he managed to get a very fortunate victory. They were on the top rope, and Juice Robinson was trying to do a suplex off the top rope, and Cody Rhodes managed to, when he hit the ground, he saw Juice Robinson's feet were up in the air, and he just took his legs, caught his legs, and got both of his shoulders pinned, where he almost had his shoulders pinned at the same time as well, but managed to get one of his shoulders up so that he could get the 3 count and walk away as the new U.S. champion. Now, in his case, for him, I'm wondering how long you really should keep him champion. I think that matchup, that rematch, really should be set for the Tokyo Dome. I think Wrestle Kingdom has got a lot of matches already set for the future already, and we're only in September, and this event's in January 4th. So I think we got a lot of matches that they could set up, and they could like build off of in tag team matches or in little promos after the show or during the show, whatever. And they could really do a lot of stuff here to build a lot of controversy between these two guys. Because I think there is a lot of controversy. I mean, Cody Rhodes did not play fair in this matchup at all. He did a lot of things that The Miz does, but he's a way better wrestler than The Miz. And a lot more entertaining. So, he is just a purified heel, but will win straight up. It's just that he does these small little tactics to get himself ahead. And that's the thing that I don't understand why he needs to do that if he's playing in a face faction. When he should be with the Guerrillas of Destiny with their own faction of their version of the Bullet Club. That's just my overall opinion on all of this. Tell me what you guys think. If you guys have been following along with New Japan Wrestling, have an idea what's going on in the storylines, and you guys have any idea why they're doing what they're doing, you guys explain it to me, because I'm not getting it at all. I think it's kind of illogical. But it's kind of fun to see, because there's a little kind of... There's probably going to be a twist. There's got to be a twist to this. I don't see how a heel wrestler can be in a face faction who does dirty tactics, but yet the rest of them do not. They're straight up with the rest of their opponents, and they don't have to cheat to win or try to do dirty tactics in the middle of the match to be able to pick up a clean victory. So that's just my opinion. You guys tell me what you guys think of this whole thing and how they're operating under the storyline that they're doing. The end of this was Kenny Omega, Kota Ibushi facing Okada and Ashi. Tomohiro Hiro Ashi. This tag team matchup was pretty solid main event. I enjoyed it. I mean, this was not exactly something I would imagine being the main event of a pay-per-view match, a pay-per-view event. I mean, I would imagine probably Juice Robinson and Cody Rhodes being the main event. I kind of think that's probably what should have been. But the way they ended it with that promo, I think made a good reason why they made it the main event based on the fact that Kenny Omega went ahead and, said all the things he said, especially scheduling a big triple threat heavyweight championship matchup between three of the best competitors in New Japan Wrestling right now. So... honestly, I get that. But with this show being as big as a fucking pay-per-view, especially being held on Sunday night, nonetheless, I kind of think this should have been a world championship match should have been on the line, not this tag team matchup. This match should have been before the U.S. Championship. But regardless of all that, I still think that this show was a solid show. Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi picked up the victory with a double knee trigger to the face of Ashi, and they pinned him 1-2-3. Basically, the match altogether was all around back and forth. It looked like it could have gone either way, and the action itself was noteworthy of watching, and it gets your intrigue very interested. So... at the end, at this time, guys, I have really nothing more to say outside of sounding like a stuffed up pig from snot and from a cold kicking my ass. I bid you farewell. I hope you have a wonderful night. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button. If you would like to leave a comment down below, I'll definitely get back to you on that. And on top of that, guys, hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the channel. I thank you very much for watching. Have a great night, guys. I gotta get to bed and head to work, sick as a fucking dog. Anyway, speak to you later. Bye.